Okay, Rich here. This is my fifth attempt at setting up this tent. We're going to show you a couple things. This is a net that goes up inside the tent and allows it to have a storage space at the top. We have a bag here with the tent poles. I'll let them out. Let me get those in place. And there are 3 poles in here. We got the 2 main ones and this little skinny one. The skinny one is for the awning. If you don't know how all these work, we have nice elastic cord in them. We call it shock cord, but still it's an elastic rope. And these are fiberglass poles with the aluminum connectors. So that easily our poles are all in place. And show you this. Here on the tent, we have Jello. This is actually a tube that's on and a tent pole. We'll go through. I'll connect to the other side. We're going to run 2. One side we're going to make an X. On the end of the pole here, we have this opening. And I'll later show you there's some key-like things on the tent, and these will lock onto it. I can peg this down with tent stakes, but to be honest, I don't have to use tent stakes. This thing will be freestanding. I could set it up in a pavilion. I could set it up in my living room at home if I had a nice open room. So when we practice with this tent, if you have an open space in the basement or pretty much anywhere, you can practice with it because you don't have to use tent stakes to make it work if you're playing indoors. Actually, I could do it out here and not have to worry about it. Set this up, and you see how easily the poles go together. Again, as I mentioned, we have this yellow tube, the sleeve. I have the door open. Makes it easier to get access to this. Feeding this through. By the way, the tent pole came apart as I was doing it. If that happens to you, don't fret. Just work it out. Not a problem. Using a cross here in the middle. Pole will go here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get one of these little keys I was talking about and insert it into the opening of the tent pole. Do that on the other side. there's going to be some resistance, just so you know. Otherwise, we're going to get that dome shape. That easily, we're in. Go on this side. Set this peg, this key, in the opening. You see, we have the basic shape of our tent. You can see we have two on each side. We're just going to take them off so it's even. Here at the top we have cord, if you will. You tie it like you tie your shoelace, there's a bow knot. Hear that thing sounds kind of like an owl? That's a ring-necked dove. It looks like a turtle dove, but the size of a pigeon. So the next thing we want to do, and we got that going, we have these clips, and we'll snap them on. It just gives us a little more, stability of holding it together. Right down here, again, this is our patio. While I'm right here, I'll show you this. You see this little black thing? There's a grommet. This gives us the ability to hold on to it. And I'll show you where this is going. This is for the awning, but I can't leave it set up. Put that nipple in it. We'll show you that. In here. This will hold it out. And I can't do that now, and I'll explain that in a minute. Each of these poles has a clip. You run around and snap them. As you can see, the basis of our tent is set up. Now we have a rain fly. Show you a couple things about the rain fly. So we have this nice, shiny, smooth. But if I look on the other side, you can see what looks like tape. This is the side that's going against the tent. This is some Velcro. It'll help hold it to the tent poles in place. And this has 3 of these tie-outs on it. One on each of the ends and one on the back. So when you're looking for the front, if you see a tie here, you know this is the back. This is the part we wanted to talk about. If you look real carefully here, you can see stitching. And here you can see that stitching a little better on the underside. This is where that pole for the awning will go. What I'm going to do is bring it over and toss it over the top. Just real quick. And here's that opening we talked about. Slide that through. Well, hopefully we can still see what I'm doing. And go back to that pad. Move over to this tab over here. Pull that back. Here. There's that something right there. So I'll hold this tab. Now, that's going to be our awning. Here, where we did these clips, we have little loops. Coming off of our rainfly, we have little black hooks. I'll get you some close-ups of these. So I'm going to take this and hook it into these fabric loops. Sorry if I'm distracted, guys. Yellow jacket. Okay. Now I'm going to do the opposite corner. Same way. I'm grabbing this hook, and there's a loop on each of these poles. Hook it. Since I just did this one, and then here, I'm going to do this. Hook. Hook it. And over here. Now, let's make this look a little better and more clean. There's our awning. I showed you the Velcro. Now come around the pole, and I will fix my Velcro. I'm going to go into how you do Velcro. I'm hoping by now you know how to use Velcro. If you don't, give me a comment and we'll shoot a video showing you how the Velcro works. Okay. The only thing left for putting that up is to go inside and put this net up, and I'll show you that in a minute. They say we have tie-outs. We stake this to get good air circulation. So on hot days we don't suffocate. But I said you can set this up at home. You don't have to stake it down. So tent can be set wherever you want. This yellow thing here is for putting electrical cords, things like that in there, so you need power and lights at night. You have that one that's covered so it keeps it dry, protected. Let's go and show you how we do this. This is our tent. You can see where we have things here. You can see the parts. There's the awning. Let's step inside. Now, a quick thing as I get in here to do this. If you look up, you can see that we've got loops here. There's a loop coming down with the ring and a loop on all four. Those are to allow us to hang this net. Let me see if I got this where I want. Let's hope this works. There's a ring right here. We have a hook on this. Put that hook in there. We have little plastic hooks. Smaller version of what we had out on the outside. Each one of these little hooks will go into one of these loops. Again, just like on the outside, but a smaller version. And then we have a thing right here where we can hang stuff. Also, I have my continuous glucose monitor here. I'll set it up there like you'd put your gear. Let's see where we are. I mentioned it says 7 by 9. See how this comes up? It creates a basin to keep us dry in case rain comes around. This is referred to as the bathtub. Okay? But the 7 by 9 is the actual measurement of the floor, not taking into account the bathtub. So instead of being 7 by 9, it's about 6.5. So, a little over 6 feet by 8.5. Let me set me down. I'm 6 foot tall. I'm gonna put my feet down here against this side. Okay. As you can see, I'm touching it this side. So this 7 foot is actually gonna be 6 foot. But it's not that they're cheating you, but just so you know. However, if we go the other way, we have plenty of room for putting cots. Because you're not going to want to try and do a cot unless you are short and you have a short cot. Now, as I lay this way, I've got a good foot, on my feet. You can see up there my monitor and the net, my back window, the door, and that yellow spot right over here is where I showed you where the power cords can come in. You can see I've got good room left. So, 2 people with a cot, or with cots, you'll have plenty of room. Okay? But 4 people, they want you to lay on the 7 foot length, which is actually 6. If you got somebody who's 6'6", he can't do it. Okay? Just not gonna happen. 6'6", he, she, whoever, they're not gonna make it. They're gonna have to go on this 9-foot axis. So just plan on that. Consider this a 2-man tent, and if you want to get crowded, a 3-man tent. But 2 people with gear, quite comfortable. And it's not a slight of this tent. This is just the way tents are like this in general. So when they tell you 4 people, it won't be. If they tell you 6 people, it won't be. If they tell you 9 people, it won't be. So bear that in mind, okay? But for what this tent is, for $20, we have an awesome tent. I am very pleased with this tent. I have no complaints on the tent. So let's get one last little look at things, and I'm gonna go shoot a video for a couple weeks from now. I've already got the video shot showing you the gear that we're gonna show next week, and I'm going to, well, I was out here yesterday shooting. When I got home, the video of me setting all this tent up was unrecoverable. The video of me taking my gear, which is going to include a mess kit, preview there, and cooking a meal and eating it, gone. So we're going to do something again. I didn't bring anything to cook, but I do have a bottle of water. So we're going to boil some water real quick and show you that. Okay? And I'll show you the gear. All right, Rich here, telling you, get up, get out, and I hope we see you in the woods sometime soon. Bye, guys. Later. We have a nice close-up view of that flap. You can see it goes through into the tent. Here we have the Velcro that holds this to the tent pole. Down here we have those hooks we talked about. This is one of the clips. And there we have that ring. All right, we're going to take this down now, go do the other stuff. Okay, take a little walk with me. Here's what we were filming. There's where the tent was. Here's where the pole bag blew. We could have lost this.